But I will say, a past week or two, you've been flourishing in
Thank
this
you.
life.
I would really like to, can I do a recommendation instead
Yes.
of a therapy? Just do it. We didn't get into the whole thing about what happened. I had a really kind of like a traumatic situation at work. I was held hostage by one of my clients for, like, there was not a weapon involved and the person didn't put hands on me, but I was very, very, very unsafe. This person was like just had an issue in their mind and like would not let me leave the area and go to a safer, anyway. But shortly after that, I contacted a mental health care professional and she diagnosed me with PTSD. And since then, we've been doing something called EMDR therapy, where it, like, you use rapid eye movements to kind of trick your brain into thinking that you're in REM sleep. And it's a way to like go through and process traumatic memories and kind of like override them and like write them differently so that your body is able to move through it and like know that you're safe. And so like ever since we moved through that whole like hostage situation, I've been doing really well. I just had like an emotional bottleneck just on high alert in fight or flight. I was in fight or flight for like weeks after that. I literally just thought everything was going to harm me. It was very, very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so get a therapist.
Therapy is huge.
Yeah.
I haven't had PTSD to my knowledge, but I did benefit a lot from all 8 therapists I've
Hell
seen.
yeah.
Yeah. And I needed them at different times in my life. But one of the tools that I pulled out that I still use kind of on myself to this day is the CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy. And that's just this idea, and it actually works in practice, that your thoughts lead to your actions. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Your thoughts lead to your emotions, which lead to your actions, which lead back to your thoughts, which lead to your emotions, which lead to your actions, which lead back to, and it's just this constant loop of those 3: thoughts, emotions, and actions. And typically, we can have some overriding capability to our thoughts. We don't always have control of our first thought. Like, for example, don't think of a purple elephant. You are probably going to think of a purple elephant. Don't think of your uncle. You thought of your uncle. But you have some capability to override that first thought. And you can kind of counter it. And if you're in a pattern of thinking, oh, this thing that I'm thinking of is detrimental, it's going to get me. Or if you get into, anxiety, repetitious thoughts where it's, you have the ability to interject and say, no, this is the and the theory is your thoughts. You could then, by doing that, you can improve your emotions a little bit, and then you can improve your actions a little bit. The actions are going to lead back. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.